Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Tuesday. Hope you had a great weekend. And today, this will be the last video for April. So our next video will be May. Oh, can you believe it? It's already May, almost. So today I'm going to be playing with the new stamp set that's going to be available on May 6th. It's called Impressions Abloom. So this stamp set and dies and paper, really cute. And then there's a stamp set that's carried over in the new annual catalog called Simply Said. And this stamp set has all sentiments, 10 photopolymer stamps, which I'm glad that they're carried over because those sentiments are perfect for a lot of cards. So I'm also going to be using for the inside of my card, Pattern of Friendship. This is an online exclusive, and I'm going to be using this sentiment. Yeah. Friends are the family you choose for yourself. I've seen that before on like internet, but never really seen it on a stamp. So, okay, so let's get started. I'm going to use a new embossing folder called Damask Designs. This is not a 3D folder. This is a thinner folder, but I really like it. It's kind of elegant, I guess I would call it a little bit. I don't know. So anyway, today, just one quick thing. Today, I came home from the grocery store, was putting some things up in the upper cabinet, and a big, giant water bottle fell on my head, and yeah, I have a nice big crack on my head. See that? Oh my gosh, it almost took me out. My husband luckily was in the room and hit my head, hit the floor. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm seeing stars, and I put ice on it. It's fine. Doesn't even hurt anymore, but I think it's going to be a nice little bruise. Luckily, I have these bangs, right? So you can't even see it. Anyway, less talking, less chatting, more stamping. Let's get started. I'm going to put the camera down, move it back a little bit so you can see my card. And so what I'm going to use today is very vanilla. I am not going to be using white. I know, it's crazy. Let's see if that's straight. There we go. I'm going to be using curved label punch. I really like this punch. And so this will be perfect for this card. Okay, so the first thing I did was I ran a lot of dies through the cut and emboss because there's just so many little pieces. So I cut out a bunch of little flowers, and I cut out an edge for my oval. I did cut out the oval in advance out of Very Vanilla. And so what I did was I stuck it onto a piece of vanilla cardstock, and then I ran it through the embossing folder. So it's raised up. It's not cut out of the Very Vanilla. It's actually raised up a little. And so I'm going to add my little black, I call it the edge, the little black rim that cuts out at the same time. So you would have to cut these out separately, right? You'd have to cut out a Very Vanilla and then a black one. And you'd end up with, 2 of each. So let me get my silicone craft sheet. I'm going to be using some liquid glue today. So I'm just going to add this to my card. Tiny, tiny bits of. Recently saw somebody say, if you can see the glue, that's enough. I thought that was kind of an interesting concept because usually, right, we use too much glue, squeezes out, gets onto our card. We are freaked out because it's all sticky on our fingers. Oh, I got that. I'm putting this on the right side. Yeah, I think I am. Okay, kind of hard to tell. All right. So I'm just going to add this to my card. Getting it started is the hardest part. Once you get that done, it kind of just follows the oval. I love this die. This was the main reason I bought these, this bundle. The Impressions Abloom was for this. But now I'm in love with the flowers. Love them. So I'm going to build some flowers, and I'm going to be using a new in color. It's going to be available on May 6th. They're bringing back Strawberry Slush. Yay! So there's Strawberry Slush. This is Pretty in Pink, which is the in colors from previous year that's sticking around. And then I think these, at first I thought these were leaves, but I believe these are tulips. I don't know. I think they could be either. So what I'm going to do now is just build this flower arrangement on here. Yeah, take this off. And then you will see. So you get all these pieces. In fact, you get 17 stamps and how many dies? 25 dies. Yeah, so you get a lot with this bundle. I've had a lot of people say, oh, flowers, more flowers, but guess what? Can you really ever have enough flowers? Because I am in love with these. Okay, glue these two together. Okay, I'm going to add this to my card. My Take Your Pick tool is across the table, so we will leave it there for now. And then in addition to that, you get this one, which is another stem. So I'm going to add this, just a stick stem without any leaves or anything, because we're going to add the leaves in a minute. So this is Crumb Cake. And obviously I always think of stems and leaves of green. And we have some beautiful greens. I'm going to cut this down a little bit. We have some really beautiful greens, right? We have old olive, garden green, some really gorgeous greens. But sometimes I kind of like using a neutral, and Crumb Cake is definitely a neutral. Okay, so we have that. Okay, and then I have some more leaves. Cut out a few leaves. And can you see how these are textured? So, oops. They there's an inside part that textures them, so it's a two-piece die. So this I am going to put over here. And then these, I'm going to just have them at the top of these. Kind of underneath there, like that. So I'm glad that glue wasn't totally set up, because I kind of stick that underneath. There we go. I'm going to have this one curve over a little bit. All right. I'm not going to have these popped up. I'm just going to have them flat. If I'm going to mail a card, a lot of times I will just, I'm going to cover that up, I think. I will just glue them together and lay them flat instead of popping them up with dimensionals. But, you know, it's however you like it. And then we have two centers, and this is the small center, I think. Yeah, this is the small center. Then I'm going to add some leaves. Just going to add 3 leaves. So that's, it's taking a little bit to adhere because of that embossing folder, right? It's got some dimension to it. And I'm not so worried that these are going outside the oval. I mean, I could try to keep them inside the oval, but no biggie. Okay. I also cut this one. Do I even need this? No. I don't think so. I think we're just going to go with it. Okay, now what I do want to do is add a few of these little tiny, these small little flowers. I'm going to add 5 of these. If I had my Take Your Pick tool, I would definitely be using that right now. Oops, wrong side for that one. Okay, we won't use that one. Man, that almost looks like navy. I think that is navy. Hang on a second. I think I had an extra one that was navy. I want black. There we go. Black. And black. Okay, and then I'm going to add a few. Ooh, I hope I didn't lose one. This is Strawberry Slush. Strawberry Slush. Oh, there's one missing. Hang on a second. I must have left it over here on the... Oh, I don't know what I did with it. Oh, well. will. I'll add it later. You get the idea. I actually wanted 3 strawberry slush, and I will add that later. Okay, now let's do the sentiment. And here's the trick with the sentiment. So I want this curved label, and I'm going to use happy birthday. So I'm going to punch this out. Okay. Keep that. And then I'm going to use, oh, I think I'm going to make it a thank you card. Yeah. I think I'll make it a thank you card. And I'm going to take my block and I'm going to curve this. Okay, so I'm going to curve this because you can do this with photopolymer stamps. Oh, wait. How will this work? Yeah, like that. So put your block down, curve your stamp in the opening, okay? So it sticks to the block, right? Take this away, okay? Put that little piece back in there. Ink up your stamp. I'm just going to use basic black memento and stamp it. Ta-da. Perfect. Okay, so it kind of makes a little stencil, and then you can stamp right in there. All right, so now I am going to adhere this. Now, do I want to pop that up or lay it flat? I'm going flat, so I think I'm just going to go flat. It would be kind of cute popped up, but I don't think I'm going to pop this up. I'm going to kind of hang it over a little, like that. All right. Now, I'm going to do some layering. I have some basic black. So this is just under 4 and just under 5 1/4. So this is just 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm just going to layer this on here. I'm going to layer it on this little tiny piece of black. And I think that this will give it a little oomph. I'm telling you, layering makes a big difference, a world of difference when you are making a card. All right, and then I have my strawberry slush. I'm going to fold this. This is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And now I will add this to my card. Liquid glue is so nice for assembling cards. It gives you just a couple seconds to, you know, move things around and get things just where you want them. Don't you think that Very Vanilla is so pretty on this card? I just love it. I think with the Crumb Cake, it softens everything and just makes it look more, I don't know, like rich. I like white. I usually use white, but I really like this. Okay, so now I'm just going to stamp on the inside. And then instead of using Friends, since this is not a birthday card, right? I'm going to use Thanks for Being the Best. I think that is more appropriate for a thank you card. Thanks for being the best. And I have a piece of vanilla for the inside of the card. You could stamp on this strawberry slush, but actually I think it looks better if you do it on vanilla. Okay, thanks for being the best. And let's put that on the inside of our card. You could layer this again if you wanted to. You could put some black underneath there, but I'm not going to. All right. Thanks for being the best. Nice thank you card. Okay, so there's our finished card today, and this is done with Impressions of Bloom, Simply Said, and Pattern of Friendship for the inside. All right, so thanks for watching today. My name's Trevis Bossler, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. Louis, Missouri, and I will see you on Friday. Have a great week. Bye.